Hey guys, it's Mark Anthony here, and
Teresa, how are you all? We're going live tonight for, I think it's our sixth time for Facebook Live event, and I'm glad I can join it this time. Tonight we're doing a Q&A, and it's basically on addressing anything that use any questions that you may have in the last 2 weeks with what's going on. It could be completely non-related to what's been going on. It could relate to your relationships, health issues, and the emotional issues caused by that. And then we've got Mark who's going to tune in to your questions and give you intuitive answers and do some healing downloads around it, and everyone will benefit from it. So even if it's not your own personal question, many people will just benefit generally because Mark will generically send the healing to everybody. So I hope you enjoy it, and once again, thank you for joining us.
yeah, so really, guys, to get started, um, one of the things that I just wanted to discuss with you was basically about like the current situation. You know, we've been isolating now for a while, and you know, you would have noticed that a lot of things are starting to come up for you. A lot of feelings are coming up. A lot of stresses maybe are coming up in relation to being isolated, being locked away from people, from not having that physical contact, and that's one of the big things with Theta Healing that Vianna's always discussed is, our DNA speaks with each other. So when you're not able to connect with other people, and it can be a little bit difficult. So it's really important that at this time that you're making sure that you've got yourself some sort of routine that you can follow, that you can make work for you. So get yourself into a routine, whether it's waking up at 7 a.m. in the morning, or maybe waking up at midday. However you work, whatever routine works for you, like find a routine that works for you, and run with it. But make sure that you're doing something to help your physical body, something to allow yourself to get a bit of exercise, whether it's going for a walk around the block, or whatever it is. If you've got a park nearby, or maybe walking down the beach, whatever you've got that's near you. But just make sure you got some sort of outlet, make sure you have some sort of routine, and regardless of what is going on in society, regardless of what is going on outside of you, it's really important that you know that nobody can affect your energy unless you let them. So it's about choosing to be happy. It's about choosing to make the most of whatever the circumstances are that you're going through at the moment. So I believe we've got a few questions,
Yes, we do.
and we can get started on those. So this for me is a lot of fun.
And if you want to post any questions, we'll try and do our best to answer any of your questions that you might post up this evening. So our first question comes from Donna. So basically her COVID-19 experience is as follows. So she's not personally concerned or fearful about catching the coronavirus as such, but obviously she's going to take the precautions like all of us. She's currently working from home. One of the role is about her business, and the type of work is it's all about new business. So at the moment she's finding it very difficult in this climate, in order to create new business. So it's like, well, it doesn't seem like there's much business opportunities at the moment. So she's wondering how can she overcome that. In generating new business in the current climate. So during the day she plows on, not sensing anything's different, but of an evening when she takes time out and lies on the lounge, her body starts to feel like labouring and struggling with low degree of anxiety. So just a very low degree of anxiety. So even though she's functioning and she's working, it's at the end of the day she tends to feel this way.
Okay, brilliant. Thanks, Donna. So, honestly, the first thing that I'd be doing there is I'd be checking whose anxiety that you're carrying, because the thing is once you're stopping and you're relaxing, you're out of that on the go routine. You're out of your work routine, which is keeping you moving, keeping you focused on other things. So it could actually be your own anxiety that you're actually feeling there, but probably more than likely it's other people's anxiety. And if you're in a company, if you're working for a company and your role is to get new business, it could actually be your bosses, it could be your managers, anxiety that you're actually taking on there. And what's happening there is you're allowing yourself to heal them, and maybe feeling because you are working for that company that you're an employee, then unconsciously maybe you're believing that you're responsible for their success. And so if you're not making new sales, if you're not bringing in new business, then you could be feeling like, okay, well, I'm letting the company down, and so you're taking on their anxiety or their stress in order to heal them because of that obligation. So it's about, like, you know, making sure that you're giving and receiving, but the truth is that's not really giving and receiving. What you're actually doing is trying to take on other people's stress and other people's anxieties in order to heal them, in order to help them. But the truth is it doesn't work that way. So the first thing I would be doing in this situation is basically, you know, disconnecting you from anybody else around you, from their anxiety, from their stresses, from their worries. You know, especially, you know, like whoever you answer to at work, whether it's, you know, the CEO, or whether there's a manager in between, or, you know, whoever the person is that you're accountable to, I'd be checking them first, and then checking up through the line from there up to the owner of the business. And just seeing if you're taking on their anxieties. And so the first thing we want to do is disconnect you from all of those people. We want to disconnect you from any family that you have in the house, from taking on their worries, their stresses, their anxieties. And we also want to disconnect you from, you know, the group consciousness in the general community, right? And the other thing that we want to be doing is disconnecting you from any guilt around still having a job that you can actually be operating during this time. So there's a lot of people that aren't able to work at this particular time, and you may be picking up on their stress that they're not able to work. And if you're carrying any guilt yourself about still having a role, a position, or a job that can still be operating at this time, then what you're going to be doing is you're going to be, with that guilt, you're going to be taking on that negative energy from those other people. So let's just teach you how to appreciate yourself, that you have got yourself in a position where, even though the current environment is the way it is, you're still able to operate your job, you're still able to work, you're still able to make money, you're still able to help people even in these difficult times. So we want to teach you how to appreciate yourself, how to recognize that you're a great manifester, that you're able to manifest such a situation in this current environment. So being able to appreciate yourself is really important. And the other thing that I would do is just teach you how to allow yourself to identify the people who are ready for the work that you, or for the services that you're offering, people that are in a position to take you up on that, and being able to even find the right people, so that once this whole situation is over, the people that are ready to sign up for your services. So whether you get the sales now or whether they come in afterwards, just allowing yourself to be in that position, allowing yourself to draw those people in, being able to make contact with the right people. So what we can do is give you all those downloads, and for everybody else, if you're happy to receive those, then you can receive those too. But as I'm tuning in and doing this healing, if there's any other downloads that I pick up collectively that will help people, then I'll state them, and if you're happy to receive them, then just say yes to yourself. Right. Okay. Okay, so we want to know or can we teach you the difference between your thoughts, feelings, and emotions and other people's? And that it's safe for you to know the difference between your thoughts, feelings, and emotions and other people's thoughts, feelings, and emotions. And just teach you how to recognize when you are taking on other people's emotions, and know that you can instantly release them. Okay, and what we're going to do is just teach you how to live without guilt, how to let go of feeling guilty for being a great manifester, how to let go of feeling guilty for being in a position that you're not badly affected the way other people are, and knowing how to recognize that you're actually doing the whole community a service by continuing to work, because you're still allowing the economy to still be stimulated a little bit even in these times. So the more people that are able to work at these times is going to help the economy. So just knowing how to recognize that and knowing how to appreciate yourself, that you're actually making a bigger difference to your whole economy as opposed to just your own life. Okay, and what I want to do is just teach you what it feels like to be present, how to be yourself in these difficult times, how to recognize who you are, how to stand in your true self, and allow yourself to know that it's okay to be you. Knowing how to recognize your truth and allowing yourself to recognize your strength in these difficult times, and knowing how to rise above the current environment that's happening. Okay. Cool. So
yeah, I hope that you feel better, Donna. Please let us know. Okay, I do have another question, which is more of an anonymous question. Are we ready to go to the next question? Yeah?
Yeah, but there was a couple more that came through yesterday. It's just
we'll get those. Okay, I was just going to do the anonymous question because it's related to this theme. So the question was basically around the fact that feeling like we live in an unsafe world at the moment, and how do we tackle that emotion? So this particular person was asking that question.
Yeah, that's cool. So bottom line, if you believe it's an unsafe world, it's going to be an unsafe world. There's I guess sharing some personal experiences would probably help in this situation. So me personally, I travel around the world a lot, and when I do travel, I like to get out there and I just start walking. And so when I go to these different countries, I on a daily basis, I will average between 20 and 30,000 steps in a day. And so what I do is I just get out there and I just start walking. And one of the key things for me is when I'm walking around, like, these cities that, in many cases I've never been to before. I have no idea, where the good spots are, or where the bad spots that you don't want to be going to are. I have this belief that I'm always safe and protected. I always know that I'm always safe, and there's been some interesting experiences. I mean, I remember being in Kazakhstan one year and walking and feeling like there was somebody following me. It's probably the first time Teresa's going to hear this story, although many of you guys, if you've done my classes, you'd know this one. But
I think I know the story.
but basically, I remember feeling like this guy was following me. It was just a really, really interesting experience, and I kept turning down different streets, and this guy kept following me, and finally I got to a point where, and this is one of the things that I do, like, this is on a smaller scale, but just to give you an idea. So what I did was I expanded my energy, and I expanded my energy that, like, like I was about 12 foot tall, and gave the energy off that, like, I'm built like Arnold Schwarzenegger, even though I think I might. But just kidding. But gave off that energy that I was really huge. And what I did was I got to an intersection, and where I got to this intersection, I actually stood back from the edge of the street where I could actually cross both ways, and I stood with my back towards a fence. And so this guy had no choice but to come past me, and I just stood there and I waited, and it was really amazing, because as soon as I did that and he saw that I wasn't moving, then what happened was he actually jaywalked across the road. So the thing is I felt that there was an element there of being unsafe, but what I did was I knew the Creator always takes care of me. Creator always takes care of me, and I'm always safe and protected. And so what I did was I expanded my energy, and I put myself in a position where, there was going to be some sort of confrontation, and because I'm always safe and protected, there was no confrontation. All of a sudden, this guy crosses the street. To give you another example, in Romania, in Bucharest, apparently, like, they've got like the wildest nightlife, and like, I just want to say that I've seen that sort of stuff, right? And so I was there one night. It hit about 10 p.m. at night, and apparently it doesn't get really crazy until about 1 o'clock in the morning. And I was there in the old town in Bucharest, and it was about 10 o'clock at night, and I remember getting this feeling, and it was just really profound. It was like, you know what, get the hell out of here. And I listened, right? Even though, like, you know, my curiosity was there, and I wanted to say that I've been there and I've seen, you know, like this craziness that goes on there. But like the truth is I just got the hell out of there, because I got really clear message that it wasn't safe. And I've been back there since. And to be totally honest with you, I didn't even attempt to go there and have a look, because I knew the energy of what was there, and I realized that, you know what, it's an energy that doesn't resonate with me. So the truth is there is always safe areas, and there's always areas that are unsafe. But if you keep yourself in the knowing that God is your protection, that God always keeps you safe and protected, then you're going to find that you will get adequate warning, you will get the messages, you will get the signs to be able to put yourself into a position where you are always safe and protected. So regardless of what is happening around the world, you know, there is always people that are in the same country, but there are some people that are unsafe, and there are many people that are safe. If you keep yourself in that category, in that knowing that you are always safe and protected, then you will find that that will be your truth. But if you are constantly exposing yourself to things or people that are convincing you that it's unsafe, if you know, are constantly watching the news, then it's very difficult to think that it's safe. But historically, if you look throughout history, we are actually in the safest times ever. The reason why it seems like we're not in the safest times ever is because we have mass media. You turn on a television, you hear about all the different murders that are happening all around the world and stuff like that, and you're thinking, oh my God, like, you know, there is so much negativity happening, there is so much bad stuff happening on the planet today. The truth is, though, is we're just hearing about it all because we have media, we have coverage from all the different countries, right? In previous times, you could be at home in your village, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, another country would just come and invade, and they would just kill everybody. These are the safest times ever. Like, that sort of stuff doesn't happen anymore. So if you believe that we're in unsafe times, then you're going to find yourself getting the information that proves you right. It's just like, you know, if I tell you to look out for yellow cars, right? Yeah, there's probably not too many people on the road driving around and that sort of stuff, so you may not see as many as you normally would. But the truth is when you don't think about yellow cars, you don't see them. As soon as you start thinking about yellow cars, all of a sudden, everywhere you go, you're seeing yellow cars. It's the same thing. If you're focusing on the climate being unsafe, then you're going to attract more of that. But if you're focusing on the knowing that it's safe, and trusting that the Creator has your back and the Creator is taking care of you, then you're going to find that things are amazing for you, and you are always safe and protected. So what I'd like to do there in this situation is actually give you some downloads. So, you know, for you guys that are feeling unsafe, like, you know, just in the current climate, you know, maybe you're a healthcare worker, maybe you work in a hospital and you're constantly exposed to people that are coming in with, you know, flu-like symptoms and stuff like that. So what we want to do is teach you to know that you are safe and protected, that the Creator keeps you safe and protected. You still take all the precautions, right? Make sure you wash your hands, like if you need to wear a mask, or whatever the case is, whatever, you know, is right for you. Do it. Make sure you take all the precautions, but if you know that God takes care of you, you're going to be okay, right? So what we want to do is make sure that you know that the Creator is your support, that the Creator is there for you, that the Creator is always taking care of you, the Creator is keeping you safe and protected, and that you allow yourself to know that you are safe and protected, that you allow yourself to know that the Creator will give you the messages if there is anything unsafe, and give you enough time to get the hell out of there if there is a problem, if there is something to be aware of. So it's important to know that your intuition will guide you, and that you allow your intuition to guide you on, keeping yourself safe and protected. So what I'll do is I'll go up into a theta state, and whatever else I pick up there, I'll tell you as we're going through. And if you're happy to receive those downloads, then just say yes, and you'll receive them. Okay, so what I'm actually seeing there in this particular instance is there's a lot of like ancestral fears. So what we're going to do is just teach you the difference between your thoughts, feelings, emotions and beliefs, and your ancestors' thoughts, feelings, emotions and beliefs. And what we're going to do is just disconnect you from your ancestors' fears, teach you how to live without having to take on your ancestors' fears to prove that you love them. So knowing that you can honor and respect your ancestors without having to take on their belief systems, and without having to heal them as well. So knowing that it's safe for you to be part of your genetic line without needing to heal that whole genetic line. Knowing that you can actually heal the genetic line by healing yourself, by moving forward and creating the life that you desire. That it's safe for you to create the life that you desire, and that you allow your ancestors to receive whatever healings they need to from the changes that you're making in your life. And we also want to teach you what it feels like to be safe in a physical body, what it feels like to be safe on this earth. Okay, and just knowing how to allow Creator to guide you. That it's safe for you to allow Creator to guide you, and that it's safe for you to trust that there is always help there for you, there is always support there for you. And just knowing how to recognize how safe the world is today, allowing yourself to feel safe in a physical body, allowing yourself to feel safe in this physical world. Okay, so I'm actually getting there that there's some other fears that you've taken on there as well. So we're going to disconnect you from your mother's fears about, being an unsafe world. So just knowing the difference between your fears and your mother's fears, and teach you how to live without needing to take on your mother's fears to heal her.
Okay, great. Our next question is from Dennis Pascal. So his question is, almost 2 years ago, his first and last relationship ended, and ever since then has worked a lot on himself to process that experience and to move forward with his own life. The desire to be in a new relationship has been growing, but I can't see anyone coming into my life that has made me feel sad every now and then. Which makes me feel sad every now and then. I have hope though, and feel inspired to ask whether you can see someone coming into my life soon.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Cool. Alright, no worries. Hey Dennis.
And doesn't want another twin flame, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely. Nobody wants a twin flame, Alright, so basically in this situation, so what's generally happened there is or what I'm picking up basically around this situation is you're not comfortable with yourself being in a relationship. So it's almost like feeling like being in a relationship changes you, and so it's like a fear of losing your identity. So what we're going to do is just release that for you, disconnect you from the group consciousness of losing your identity in a relationship, knowing that that you can actually be yourself. And to be totally honest with you, because I did read your email last night, Dennis, and I've been getting some really interesting responses all day today, which has been really cool though. But what I do get is you'll actually be meeting somebody soon, but it's going to be really out of left field. It's it's going to surprise you the way it comes in, and but you know, the key that I'm getting for you is about, like, you know, being comfortable with yourself, being comfortable with who you are, being comfortable with your environment, being comfortable with yourself in a relationship, and knowing that you can actually maintain your own identity, that you can keep yourself, keep who you are in a relationship, and that it's actually safe for you to do that. The other thing that I'm getting there that's important for you, it's is usually, you know, patience is something that, you know, we give to people in this situation, but I think in your situation it's just having discernment on patience, because I think you've actually got too much of it, right? You're prepared to wait too long for things, and letting go of, like, needing everything to be perfect in your relationship. So just knowing how to allow things to come to you quicker, that it's safe for things to come to you quicker, and knowing that things that do come quickly to you can be great. They can be the ideal things. So you don't have to wait a long time. You don't have to earn it in order for it to be perfect and in order for it to be great. That you can allow things to come to you quickly, that you can allow wonderful things to happen for you quickly, that it's safe and possible, and that you know who you are, receiving your intentions, receiving your manifestations in a quick and easy, loving way, right? And that it's safe for you to do that as well. So I do see somebody coming for you soon. You know, there's a number of people actually that are watching this at the moment that I feel like have really opened themselves up now to receiving that person. So, you know, I guess that's probably one of the other positives associated with this whole COVID-19 situation, is people are getting more in touch with themselves through this isolation, and they're actually allowing themselves to open up to other people. So that's what I want to do for you, Dennis, is knowing how to allow yourself to open up but still be yourself, and that it's safe for you to be yourself in a relationship, and that you can actually allow yourself to be in a relationship where you are in love with each other, that it's safe for you to be in love with each other, and that, you know, your friends, your family, the people around you will honor and respect you and your relationship, that it's okay for you to have that relationship, and it's okay for you to be accepted for who you are in your relationship, right? So I'll just tune in, we'll do all those downloads if you're happy to receive them, and then if there's anything else, then I'll pick up whatever else is there for the group, and we'll download those as well. Okay, so the first one that comes up straight away, it's can we teach you how to trust that you are good enough to be in a relationship with your divine life partner, that it's safe and possible for you to be in a relationship with your divine life partner, and that you know how to keep your identity in a relationship, that you allow yourself to have your own identity, and you allow yourself to compromise in your relationship, that you can work together with your partner and allow that relationship to grow in a loving and positive way. Okay, and also knowing how to trust that the Creator loves you, knowing that you can actually love the Creator, and you can have your divine life partner as well, that there is more than enough love, that you don't have to be sacrificing all your love for the Creator. Okay, and just knowing how to love yourself in a relationship as well, knowing how to recognize that you're special, and knowing how to show your partner that you are special, that you are important, and that you deserve to be loved as well. If you guys are happy to receive those, just say yes. Cool.
Okay. So
Next.
the next question is, let me just get that up. Our next Next question is from Michelle. So, dear Mark, I'm in a long distance relationship and now we can again not meet due to the coronavirus. He's in Egypt and communication is not easy in this time. Can we have a healing from the group? We have ups and downs, but after now 4 weeks of curfew in both countries, we are both a little tense. We would need a little booster so we could get through this. Thank you, from Michelle.
Yeah, cool. Hey, Michelle. They have a saying. It's absence makes the heart grow fonder. And look, to be honest with you, I think the fact that I travel overseas and stuff like that actually helps our relationship, because after 3 or 4 weeks of me being here in Sydney, Teresa's like ready to get rid of me. It's like, are you due for another trip overseas?
No, actually, we tend to appreciate each other more. You get more excited. It's like a new relationship, and it feels really magical because you get to see each other again, because you don't take it for granted that you're living and you're just existing. Because I know he travels and I get excited when I see him again, so it's really lovely.
Yeah, but in your situation it's a little bit different, because the thing is that yes, there is a distance to start with, right? So having a long distance relationship has different sort of issues to address, but ultimately, like, just know that your love for each other is strong enough, right? That's what's really important to know here, that your love for each other is strong enough. But the other thing that it takes on is like that whole fairy tale love relationship, right? Because at the moment, technically you could say that the governments are actually keeping you apart, right? So it's like these external forces are coming in and they're actually separating you from your partner. So what I want to do is just teach you like how you can have your fairy tale relationship without needing to have external people trying to pull you apart or to keep you apart. So knowing that you can actually have a wonderful relationship, that you both can have a wonderful relationship without needing other people getting involved or other people getting in the way, and that it's safe for you to actually be in a relationship where you're in love with each other, right? And what I want to do is just teach you how to allow yourself to be creative, how to find a way to be able to communicate with each other, to be able to still connect with each other, even though it's not realistic to happen physically at this point in time, but knowing that you can actually still connect with each other on all levels without actually having to physically be there for each other. And let's just disconnect you from feeling like that everybody's always trying to keep you away from love. So what we want to be doing is releasing that, and so knowing that how to allow yourself to be supported in a loving relationship, that you can allow your family, that you can allow your friends, you can allow the government, you can allow external people to support you in a relationship. So letting go of feeling like the world is against you, right? So what we'll do is I'll go up and do those downloads, and anything else that I pick up for you and for the group, will I'll just say them, and if you're happy to receive them, then just say yes. Okay, so what we're going to do is just releasing any blockages that you're carrying from your ancestors about being blocked in love, right? So it's almost like there's always these walls around, the family, and not being able to connect like fully with other people, like with an intimate partner. So knowing that it's okay for your family, for your genetic line to experience and to have love, and that it's safe for you to have it, that you can have it without needing to heal all your ancestors. So if they're choosing to still carry those belief systems, then you don't need to be carrying them yourself, that it's okay for you to release those. Okay, and what we want to do is just disconnecting you from the group consciousness of thinking that this forced separation is actually going to ruin your relationship, that it's going to put a strain on your relationship, knowing how to allow this forced separation to allow your relationship to grow stronger, knowing that it's safe and possible for your relationship to grow stronger during these difficult times. So letting go of feeling like you need everything to be going really well for your relationship to survive. So knowing how to allow your relationship to survive and to thrive in difficult circumstances. So letting go of thinking that you need to create difficult circumstances for your relationship to thrive and survive, but just knowing that if there are difficult circumstances, then your relationship is going to be safe, that it can grow stronger each and every day. Right? So there's also a lot of people out there at the moment who are actually forced to spend time, with their loved ones. So, for those people that are at home and they're getting frustrated with their partners because they're isolated and they're being forced to spend more time with their partners, then it's important to understand that there are people out there that don't have that same situation and would love to be in a position where they're actually forced to stay with their partner. So it's really important that for all of us that we recognize that we can have gratitude for our current situation, right? Being able to appreciate that we can have that time for ourselves if you're isolated from your partner, and if you are in a relationship, then having gratitude that you actually do have your partner physically there with you, and just knowing how to have gratitude for all the wonderful and positive things about that person, allowing yourself to recognize all the things that you do love about them, because it's easy to focus on the things that are stressing you out. So knowing how to take a step back and knowing how to have gratitude for the people that are in your life right now. So if you are in a relationship and you're not able to see that person because of the distance and the restrictions that are going on, knowing how to have gratitude that you are there for each other, even though everything is going on, that you still have that connection. So letting go of doubting that connection and having faith that even through this separation, your love will grow stronger for each other, knowing how to trust that. And if you're in a relationship and you're with your partner, knowing how to allow your love to grow stronger by being together, allowing yourselves to grow, but knowing how to have balance too, knowing how to take time out for you. If you need to, go outside and sit in the garden for, an hour or so every day, then do that. Do whatever you need to, but allow your partner to have that time as well. Okay, so, okay, cool. So.
Okay, there was a question there, but I can't see where it's gone. It's disappeared. But we had a lady asking about manifesting. How can she manifest abundance right now?
Easy. This is like a really paramount time, because the thing is things are going to be different now. Things are going to be different. Like your life is changing now. You're going through something. Like we're all going through something that we've never been through before. This is like this sort of experience builds character, and through building character, what happens is we allow ourselves to start thinking differently. We allow ourselves to start growing, right? So here's what happens if there are a million ways that you can make more abundance at this particular time, right? But what's happened is because and I'm actually doing a practice night next week about this, change. Right? About change, right? But basically, you get into a comfort zone. You start doing things the way you've always done it, and it's easy for you. It's a rhythm, and you get into that groove, and things just flow for you because you've been doing it. And it may not be the ideal circumstances, but it works, right? Because it's a comfort zone. You're used to doing that. You're in that groove, and it's easy. So what happens is all of a sudden we're thrown into this situation now, and your subconscious mind is starting to think, well, hang on a minute, I can't do what I've always done. I can't do my comfort zone anymore. I want everything to go back to the way it was, but it's not happening, and it just seems to be taking, all this, time, all this, effort to keep things going the way they are. But all of a sudden now you've got this opportunity. You've got this opportunity to start thinking differently. And it is really important that all of us start thinking differently. All the opportunities have always been there. Right, you could write an ebook. You put that ebook online and you sell it. You can make money from that. You can do all sorts of things online. You can start cleaning out your house at the moment and start looking at all the clutter that you have, and start getting things ready so that you can start selling all of these things that you don't need anymore. There's a million ways that you can allow more abundance into your life, but what you've got to start with is you've got to start with your mindset. When you raise your vibration, when you raise your mind, all of a sudden what you're going to find is things will open up for you. Opportunities will open up for you, and the abundance will just flow. But it all starts with us. There have been times in our lives where we felt, not good about ourselves, and our financial level drops to that point. And then there's other times in our lives where we feel really good about ourselves and our finances rise to that level. So what happens is a change happens in you first. When you change you, the external changes around you. So what it is important at this time is to start looking at, okay, well, how can I start doing things differently? What can I do differently that will allow me to allow more abundance into my life? And, maybe it's, writing a book. Maybe it's, doing a meditation. Maybe it's, cleaning out your house and looking at the things that you can sell that you don't need anymore. Or maybe it's, looking at, the current environment, thinking, okay, well, what is it that people need right now? If you've got access to somebody who can make hand sanitizer, then, there's a lot of opportunity there. Or if you've got somebody who has access to, a lot of toilet paper, then you can make money right now. It's just, look at the environment, and then you start thinking, okay, well, when everything settles down, what are people going to need? What is it that people are going to start needing first, right? When everything starts coming back to normal, what are things, and what you do right now is you start putting into practice what you can, and making sure that you create those opportunities so that you're ready to go. As soon as things change, you're ready to go. You've implemented everything in place, but first of all, it starts with our thinking. So what we're going to do is give you some downloads on knowing how to allow yourself to raise your consciousness, knowing how to allow yourself to raise your thinking, that it's safe for you to raise your thinking, that it's safe for you to expand the way you look at the world, that you're able to look beyond your comfort zone, allow yourself to see changes, allowing yourself to see opportunities, that it's safe for you to see new opportunities, and you can actually make the most of those opportunities, and you can take those opportunities. And the other thing that could be obvious at the moment is maybe, looking at your government, are there some sort of benefits or some sort of help that your government can be giving you at this particular point in time, right? So, just allowing yourself to look at all options, but just knowing how to raise your consciousness. So let's just do those downloads. Okay, so in this situation, what we're doing is teaching you how to be patient with yourself, allowing yourself to give yourself enough time, knowing that you have more than enough time to allow the ideas to come to you, and knowing how to allow yourself to take the ideas to take action on those ideas, and allow yourself to recognize that you do have great ideas, and knowing that you can trust yourself to implement your ideas, and that you can trust yourself to allow yourself to receive abundance from your ideas. So let's just teach you how to allow yourself to be a great receiver, that it's safe for you to be a great receiver, that you allow yourself to receive abundance from the Creator, that you allow your abundance to come to you, and that you accept, receive, and keep your abundance, and that it's safe for you to do so.
Okay, so our next question is from Catherine, how can we call in the new earth? Like, can we have some downloads around that? So call in the new earth. I guess it's your perspective, isn't it? So your beliefs. Using these opportunities to clear your stuff that's coming up. I'll leave it to you.
You know, the thing is like, in every day of our life, we're bringing in a new earth, because we're changing, we're growing. As long as we're growing and moving forward, we're bringing it in. I mean, the earth in its present state is, it's amazing. It's our home. It's a gift from God that we've actually got, like this physical plane where we can have our soul journey, that we can have our physical experiences, and whatever your perspective on calling in a new earth, I truly believe that it's up to us to create that now. It's up to us to create our own nirvanas in this time frame. So the thing is you can be allowing yourself to get really stressed out with what's going on at the moment with the coronavirus and stuff, or you can allow yourself to make the most of this situation. You can allow yourself to recognize all the fears that are coming up, all the negative experiences that you're having, all the emotions and the disappointments that may be going on at the moment, and making those changes. So when you're healing you, what you're finding is you're raising your vibration, and when you raise your vibration, the vibration of the planet rises. So if enough of us are raising our vibrations, then the vibration of the planet's going to raise a lot quicker, and all of a sudden it's going to be happy days. It's going to be amazing for all of us. But the truth is let's make it amazing now. Let's choose for it to be amazing right now, right? You can get caught up in conspiracy theories, you can get caught up in all the drama that's happening around the world, but at the end of the day, you control you. So let's just make sure that you're allowing yourself to have the most amazing experience right now in this physical body where you're at, and in the current circumstances, knowing how to choose to see the good, knowing how to choose to see the beauty in what is happening right now. So let's just teach you how to do that it's safe for you to do that, just knowing how to recognize what's coming up for you, and knowing how to allow yourself to see that when you change you are making a positive difference on this planet, that you are helping all the people around you. So knowing how to allow yourself to focus on healing you, that you can change you, that you can grow, that you can allow yourself to be the best you that you can be, and allowing people to see that, allowing people to grow from the changes that are happening in you. So let's just download those, and I'll see if there's anything else that comes up. Okay, so let's just disconnect from, the group consciousness of feeling like, the earth is stuck, the earth is being stagnated. Just knowing how to allow yourself to know that the changes are taking place, that there are positive things happening, allowing yourself to focus on the positives, and allow yourself to focus on the positive changes that are taking place within you, and knowing that those positive changes in you are making a difference on this planet. So knowing how to recognize that you're a gift to the planet, that you're amazing, that you're wonderful, and that you do make a difference. Cool.
Okay, so our final question, let me just get that one up. It is from Denny. I'm struggling to lose weight, and it's caused because of stress. So the weight is because of stress. I used to balance the hormones, but during this time it has not been easy to do feeling anxious. So she's feeling anxious. Is there anything else that I could do?
Okay, so the first thing that I'm getting for you, Danny, is you can actually you can stop taking on everybody else's stress. I don't think it's just your stress that you're taking on. I think that's why you're feeling it's a little bit harder at the moment, is because you're a very giving person, and a lot of the people around you are very good at taking, and so what's happening is they're just dumping a lot of their stress on you, and because you're such a good-hearted person that you're unconsciously happy to do that. So what we want to do is just disconnect you from everybody else around you's stress. So knowing that you know, if they are feeling stressed at the moment, then that is their journey, and that you don't have to be taking on other people's stress, that you don't need to be saving the people around you. So knowing how to allow yourself to recognize the difference between your stress and other people's stress, and knowing how to live without feeling obligated to take on other people's stress, living without feeling like you have to heal everybody around you, right? And the other thing that's coming up there pretty strongly is like just issues with trust there, like, you know, just there's some people around you at the moment that, like, you know, aren't really trusting that everything's going to work out for them. They're getting into a lot of fear around, you know, the current situation maybe, and I think there's more to what they're experiencing at the moment in this current environment, because it's not just the coronavirus stuff that's really affecting them, but basically what's happening is you know, they've got a lot of serious fears going on, and you're the one who is getting in there trying to save them from those. So what we want to do is just disconnect you from those, knowing how to help the people around you without needing to save them or without needing to take on their stuff, and knowing how to allow yourself to be your ideal way, knowing how to let go of needing your weight to be an issue to distract you from whatever else is going on. So knowing that you can actually deal with whatever is happening in your life in a loving and easy way, right? But just knowing that a lot of what you're dealing with at the moment is not actually yours, it's everybody else's, and that's why it's feeling overwhelming. So when we disconnect you from everybody else's stuff, you're going to find that it's going to be a lot easier for you to release your weight, or the weight that you're choosing to let go of. But just knowing what's yours and knowing what's other people's, and trusting that Creator is keeping you safe and protected, and that it's easy for you to be your ideal weight. So let's just do those downloads and we'll see whatever else comes up there. Okay, so what we want to do is just give you discernment on having to keep your friends. So it's almost like there's obligations there about having to keep people close to you. You know, if somebody's a friend of yours, then you're a true friend, and so you have to keep them at all costs. So let's just teach you how to let go of that. So knowing how to allow yourself to be on your journey, and allow yourself to be supported by the people that will help you on your journey, that will help you in a positive way, and letting go of needing to hold on to every friend that you've ever had. So knowing that you can still be friends with every friend that you've ever had, but letting go of needing to or having to. So releasing the obligation around having those friends or keeping those friends. And just knowing how to allow the right people into your life. Knowing how to allow beautiful, loving, supportive people that are going to help you on your journey, that you're going to have win-win situations where you're able to work together with those people, and you're both getting positive growth from that relationship, from that friendship. Right. Okay. And just knowing that you can actually let go of the other people's fears without thinking that they're not going to be able to cope. Knowing how to allow them, or recognize that they are strong enough to cope with their own issues. That you don't need to be taking their fears from them to save them. So knowing how to see that you're a great friend, and knowing how to appreciate yourself as a great friend. Cool. Okay, so what I want to do now, just to finish up, is I'll talk you up into a theta state, and what we'll do is we'll do an unconditional love healing for, you know, all of us here watching this, and, you know, everybody around the world, like, you know, whether people are affected by the coronavirus, or whether people have got other health issues, or other issues happening in their life. So whatever's going on for, you know, the people around you, will send all them unconditional love healing. So if you close your eyes and take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, just allow your energy to expand out. Expanding out past the universe. Expanding through all the white lights. Expanding through the jelly. And expanding into that pearl iridescent white light. Feel every cell in your body one with that pure unconditional love of the Creator. Allow yourself to feel it flowing through every cell. So Creator, it is requested to send me, my family, everybody else watching this video, their families, everybody on the planet that is open to an unconditional love healing, and all the people that we're directly aware of that can do with some unconditional love healing at the moment. So whether they have relationship, health, financial issues, whatever it may be, especially Michelle and her relationship, and all the people that we tuned into tonight. Fill every cell of our bodies with unconditional love. Thank you, it is done, it is done, it is done. So now allow yourself to witness yourself and everybody receiving that healing. So I'd like to thank you all for allowing us to be in your homes tonight and sharing this time with you. We've gone for nearly an hour, so you know, it's been a pleasure to be able to be of service for you guys. It's, you know, difficult times for a lot of people, and you know, I just want you to know that we're here for you. That you know, if we can help, you know, even though we finished this webinar tonight, if you've got questions, you know, I'm happy for you to email me and stuff like that. So, you know, we are here for you, and you know, yes, it's difficult times, but it doesn't have to be difficult times. You know, just allow yourself to mentally rise above it, and just know that you have people around you who can help you out of it. There is always, you know, a way out of every situation. So please, you know, just stay strong. Remember that you are amazing. Remember that you're a gift from God, and remember that what you're going through now is just a moment, right? You know, in you know, 6 months, in a year's time, in 5 years' time, whatever it is, we're going to be looking back and we're going to be saying, you know what, we went through that time. So, you know, I remember, you know, loving ancient history when I was a child at school, and you know, having the pleasure or the honor of going to, you know, some of these amazing countries around the world, you know, like Greece and the UK and many, many more. But like, you know, the history that those countries have, and you're walking around that and you're thinking, wow, I've read about this, you know, in history books in school. I used to read about these places, and then you're physically there. And so what's going to happen is, you know, like, we're going to be looking back thinking, oh, well, we were a part of history. We're a part of, like, you know, this coronavirus pandemic, and, you know, however it turns out, whether the conspiracy theorists are right or, you know, whether it's not, it doesn't make a difference. But we're going to be able to say that we went through this time and we've come out the other side of it, and we're bigger and better than ever. So not physically bigger, but, like, you know, unless you want to put on weight, but you know, but you know, we're stronger, we're more amazing in ourselves, and we have more self-belief. And so just know that we're here for you, and thank you, and we shall see you all very soon, in a couple of days or something.
Absolutely, and enjoy your Easter weekend and break.
Yeah, absolutely. Easter's about new beginnings, so you know what? Probably on Saturday we'll do something about new beginnings. So love you guys.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night.